Here we have a system of linear equations, and we're asked to solve it using the method of elimination. So our system here, on face value, well, before I even do that, let me just label the equations. Equation 1, equation 2 here. As I was saying, on face value, it doesn't look like we can eliminate anything really, because none of the coefficients for the x or the y's match up. Now it's okay if they're opposite sign, but they need to have the same value, and just in terms of the number itself. Okay, the sign doesn't count, but the number has to be the same. So we can choose which one we want to make the same. I can either make the x coefficients the same, or I can make the y ones. For sake of simplicity, I'm just going to try to make the x coefficients identical. And what that means, I have to find the lowest common multiple, or least common multiple, of 4 and 6, which is 12. Okay, 12 is both divisible by 4 and divisible by 6. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make my first equation have a lead coefficient of 12. And what that means is I have to multiply the entire equation by 3. Why 3? Because 3 times 4 gives me 12. So let's see what happens when we do that to the entire equation. So my new equation number 1 is going to become 4 times 3 is going to be 12x minus 3 times the negative 6, which is 18y, equals 36 times 3 is 108. Now the second equation, I need the 6 to become 12, so I have to multiply that whole thing by 2, and I will obtain 12x. 12 times 9 is positive, 9 times 2 is positive 18, y, and that's equal to 18 times 2, negative 36, negative 18 times 2. So those are our new equations 1 and 2, modified so that they have the same coefficient in front of the x value. Now at this point I want to eliminate the x variable. So what I'm going to do is subtract the two equations from each other. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to subtract the x's from each other, so 12x minus 12x gives me 0. Negative 18y minus positive 18y, contrary to what you might be thinking right now, is not 0. It's going to give me negative 36y. If you're uncertain of why that's the case, you do need to review your operations with integers. And lastly, I have the 108, and I subtract negative 36, which has the net effect of adding 36, and I get 144. So what I'm left with here is negative 36y equals 144. Divide both sides by negative 36, and that leaves me with negative 4. Cancel, cancel. My y value is equal to negative 4. So that's good. I've solved for y. I'm now going to substitute my negative 4 into one of my original two equations. I think I'm going to pick this equation here. So I have 4x minus 6 times, what did we solve for? 6 times negative 4, close bracket, equals 36. And now I'm going to go about solving it. So I have 4x plus 24 equals 36. 4x is equal to 12. And finally, x is equal to 3. So all this work goes to show us that our point of intersection is 3, negative 4. And there you have it.